You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. Come on in. We got stuff to do today. What is today? Is today Wednesday already? I want you to shake your life up today. For sure, I want you to shake your life up because sometimes you got to do that, right? But you're all chasing the wrong thing. You really, truly are. And most of us are doing it because we have to. There are agendas out there, there are responsibilities, and we find ourselves chasing after kind of one thing. And you know what it is, but I'm not going to say it right now. Why? And why would you do it? We'll talk about that on today's show. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. Yes, that hairy-faced host guy finally matching the sound of his voice, who's very raspy because of COVID. Here I am. By the way, if you do want to see this mess of a face, there's only one place to see it. dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook is where I am showing my bearded look. About 6 weeks now. I did have some questions over there. How do you get motivated? And how do you know when you're motivated? Do you know when that happens? Because I've often said this, trick is to click. It's that place in time. And actually, that's what this show is all about. You can try to motivate yourself. I can try to motivate you. But have you ever just been walking along and suddenly you go, I got an idea. Or you just start doing something, instantaneously motivated, and you get into action mode. Happens all the time. To me, that's what I'm always trying to do. I'm finding the thing that will motivate me, and I never know what the hell it's going to freaking be. I just don't know. So how do you get motivated? How do you find that? A lot of you are still at the place now where you're like, Scott, give me 3 steps for motivation. Motivate me. I can do that. But truthfully, you and I know, come on real close here. Who cares what Tony Robbins says? I love Tony to death. Who cares? We all know, boom, when it clicks, it clicks. When you're on it, you're on it. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. So how do you get motivated? Well, one of the things that gets me motivated is when I get a little bit of a renegade hair up my butt. By the way, the show is unlike any other motivational show on the planet. You might have noticed that because I don't think Brendon Burchard would ever say, up my butt. Nonetheless, sometimes I get a wild hair. And I can always tell that I'm going to get busy doing some cool stuff when I get a wild hair. In this case, many hairs. And over the years, I have not grown my hair. I've grown my hair out. I haven't shaved. I've just gotten to be kind of a mountain man when I'm on a project. And I will stay in that mode until I finish my project. So that's kind of what happened here. I decided that I just was on some projects and I went in deep mode. I just didn't want to worry about that. What motivates you? It's a silly thing. Now, by the way, just a little more insight for motivation. What do you do when you want to be motivated? When you have this crazy little idea, explore the possibilities. What if I could grow a beard? What if I could get long hair? What if I could look really cool? What would I look like? Jumped on Facebook and Instagram. Found Greg Brzezinski, the beard man guy, right? Oh, check him out. It's got an awesome beard. And I could never look like Greg. He's an awesome looking guy. But I'm going to try. Now I've got my motivation. We'll see what happens. I've committed to 3 months and we'll go from there. What motivates you? What is it? What's that thing today, right now? Boom. That's going to get you going today. That's what I seek on this show. If nothing else, every single Daily Boost show I've ever done is all about that. It's not about giving you 7 ways to set a goal. It's not about making you feel good, positive boost. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's about that one little thing that makes you get mad, makes you get happy, makes you get excited, makes you get even. I don't care what it is. That one little thing that moves your ass off wherever it is today and gets you where you want to go tomorrow. That makes you say, I'm the boss of me. Get out of my way. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, even if you tell me, and even if I tell me I don't want to. That's all I want, that one little thing. And maybe you're sitting there today thinking, hey, that's me today, Scott. Thanks for the kick in the ass. Okay, you're welcome, buckaroo. Okay. Let's come on down here. Let's do a show here because I want to talk about shaking up your life and thriving. And by the way, right now I'm going to take a commercial break. If you're a Daily Boost Premium subscriber, you're not going to hear this commercial. Just saying.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
Shaking up your life and thriving. Growth and change. That's what most people strive for in their life. Huh? It's what drives you before you create your amazing life. That's what it's growth and change. That's what you want. It's also what drives you to step up to the next level. So in the past, we're in our 17th season. I produced a Daily Boost. I've spoken to thousands of people, all of them at various stages of change, most aimed at being happy. By the way, a little sidebar here. A lot of studies of happiness have been done over the years. It's happening more these days. You know, it's two things that generally are going to make you happy. Having a really good relationship, you know, a partner relationship, romantic relationship, a really good husband, wife, whatever it is. Having a really good relationship and having a job that satisfies you and allows you to be on purpose and mission and having some flexibility within it. It's, in other words, a job you like. You get those two things and you're good. You're good, which is why a lot of people can work 40 years at a job. You know, I never did my dream. Yeah, but you're pretty happy doing your job and you got a good husband, a good wife at home. That's why you're happy. Okay? It's pretty simple stuff, but most people are trying to be happy. Okay, back on track here. Issues keep popping up. Now, as people live and enjoy the life they've built, just like you, there is a natural desire for more growth that kicks in. We are growth-oriented machines. I personally believe I will grow until I die. It's going to be a day. I mean, literally, one day I'm going to be, oh, Scott, you're sick. You're going to die in 3 days. I'll be like, what? I'm busy. I got stuff to do. How'd that happen? Well, you are 97 years old. Yeah, but who cares about that? Come on. I'm that kind of guy. I think we all are. And I think the very minute you stop growing, the very minute you stop opening up to what's possible is when you just listen, I live in Daytona Beach, Port Orange, Florida. There's a lot of people who've retired here. They're going to be dead in 3 years. Retired to Florida, get my dream house and do nothing. Unless you're in the villages and we know what happens up there. Wink, wink. People find themselves driving harder when they want to grow. They usually don't think about it. It could be about passion. Most times, what's it about? If you want to grow, what's almost everybody think about? It's money. Money, money, money. So when I talked to a friend about living a good life and how hard people work to mess up a good thing, you ever done that? How hard do you work to mess up a good thing? I mean, you can mess up your money, you can mess up your relationship, you can mess up your job. I mean, I'm a guy that over the years has worked very hard to mess up many good things. Had to kind of control that. The renegade in me you hear on this show today, trust me, is very much restrained to what I have been in the past. I try not to mess up everything, although I am going to mess up about 10% of the people who found me today. They're going to say, who is this dude? I'm out of here. It's all right, cool. I'm not for you. No worries. I had to listen to the other day call. She said, you know what? I'm a square peg trying to fit in a round hole, and I found my man. You're a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. I said, yes, I am. And I'm not going to trim off my square peg, but I am going to make the circle bigger so I can fit through it anyway. Mm-hmm. He asked me a question, my friend. When life is good, why would you do something else only to make more money? Not to say that making money is not good. It's just important to make sure that you focus on what is right in front of you and you remain balanced and happy as you grow. The happiest people in the world already know that. So when life is good, why would you do something else only to make money? So let's broaden this out, if I may, a little bit. Man, he had a great marriage, great job, great kids, great house. His life is perfect. Why the heck did he get a girlfriend? That's stupid. Yeah. Man, had a great job. Why the heck did he start drinking? That's stupid. Yeah. So when life is good, and your life is better than you think it is, trust me, if you can afford a device, an iPhone, an Android device, whatever, and you can get a podcast, and you're smart enough to figure out how to find this darn show. Congratulations on that, by the way. Not easy. Life is pretty damn good. So what you going to go screw it up for? Because we want to grow. Because we get a wild hair like Scott does. At least when I want to screw stuff up, I just grow a beard and ask my wife first if it's okay. I'm not that stupid, okay? The happiest people in the world already know this. Powerful forces drive humans to grow at any cost, don't they? Sometimes the cost is in ways you never see coming, good and bad. So when you build your foundation of life, when you decide to summon the courage to stand in front of the mountain of passion, you face your passion, you decide your life is going to become exactly what you want it to be. Don't forget, you got to step up through a couple of base camps along the way, and those base camps get you acclimated to what's going to happen higher up the mountain. Don't forget your oxygen. At base camp 1, you're going to need it later on, okay? Don't screw it up! Especially for money. Oh, by the way, you don't have to do anything for money. There are all kinds of ways to make money. Your way, your rules, and more than ever it's possible. I am going to be... I wasn't going to run Wisdom to Wealthy anymore, but I've had so many people ask me if I would get that program launched again. We'll do that in a week or two here. We'll get it launched maybe 1st of September. If you're looking to really, if money is an issue and you want to have more freedom and control in your life, listen for me to invite you into that program. It'll change your world. It's something I've been doing 20 years now. I'm pretty good at it. I would call myself an expert, but that would be nice. That'd be kind of rude, wouldn't it? All right, tomorrow, do you procrastinate? Let's stop it. I think you're smart because you're procrastinating. You're maybe the smartest person in the world, and I'll prove it tomorrow. See ya on the Daily Boost.